Well, the next ewe on here is a Red Fox Ranch ewe, and I know the Red Fox Ranch has had a pretty interesting dynamic on the white Dorper breed here. I know Charles Seidensecker has a Red Fox ewe that's raised a Supreme ewe at multiple shows that Norman purchased at Texas Hill Country 2 years ago, and then Wesley's got a lot of that blood floating around in his flock as well. Tell us a little bit about this 2242 ewe here, Wes.
Yeah, she's just a really exquisite one. She has those outlier traits that you find in that Red Fox blood, just really upfronted and long and extended through her front end, and just a notch cleaner in her breast and in her front third of her body. She has that wedge going back that we all looking for in the show ring, whether you're behind her or looking at her from the side. She's just shaped that way, and just a really neat one. If you're wanting to raise wethers or you're wanting to do get you forward in the purebred deal, I think this is certainly one you need to mark down.
Well, and one nice thing about being able to judge a lot of shows is I get reminded constantly the ones I miss. So I appreciate you putting in there, Wes, that obviously I missed her at Angelo and put her third. But I'll try to do better next time. Don't worry. Norman, tell me a little bit here about this 2068 ewe. I see here she's also bred this fathead ram. We looked out in the Dorper school the other day. So definitely a line bred type ewe, but what's your opinion of her?
Well, I think this ewe is the closest thing to the ewe we started the sale with. That was the one I could find that really resembled her. Super sound, big and bold in her rib. She's powerful coming back. She's great up there in her hip. You can see that as she's moving and striding across there, and yet she's still got that real feminine look. But she's got real bone too. You look at her skull and you see how powerful headed she is, and yet it's a feminine head. She looks like a lady, but there she is. Her skeleton speaks for itself.
Wesley, this 1980 ewe, I know we looked at a buck lamb out of her last year, and you ended up selling him privately. But she's had quite a lineage in terms of production. She is the mother of a reserve ewe there at Fort Worth that Carter showed, and man, she's got kind of that elegant front end and a big old thick rear end to her. Tell me a little bit about her and how you decided to offer her.
Well, it's not an easy decision parting with this one, but we decided to because she's got enough time still in her life to make an impact on someone else's program. But if she wasn't a 2019 model, I guarantee you I'd still be keeping her and keep making those great babies out of her. But she likewise looks like the first ewe in our sale with that extension and that up-fronted look she has. Just a really, really good one I'm proud to offer, and I hope she does really well for someone. Hate to see her go, honestly.
Well, next ewe here is one of Norman's that Kyra Hunter registered, this 2303 ewe. She's actually got some Wildcat blood in her with some kill zone and 1619 mixed into there. And it looks like Rathman showed her a little bit, Norman.
Well, the kids had her in their show string, and then the 2300 was also in that show string. So we took this ewe out and kept the 2300 till she ran around the next year to the age group. But just look at the behind in this ewe, and then look at the power that ewe has. That's what you see is just a ewe that's been out here on the grass. We haven't given them one bite of anything to eat, but we've had a super spring and late spring and early summer. And these ewes, I don't know how much weight they gained in that 45 days, but it looked like they were gaining a half a pound a day just eating out there. It was so darn good here. We haven't given them a bite of feed, and they look like I had them on a selfie. I've never offered ewes that looked any better than this season. They're ready to go.
Wesley, this 2260 ewe, man, she's one that's pretty far out there in terms of her front end extension and basic build, and you bred her to that powerhouse butt. Kind of what's your thought process there?
That's going to be just a killer type of mating. She was in Carter's show string. I thought she was one of the better sheep that Carter's had in this show string. The thing is, she's so gentle it's hard to really make those really good disposition type of ewes really perk up and look the part in the show ring. I mean, you got to work hard to make a dog gentle sheep look good when you walk in. And but that's one of her strengths, is her disposition, as well as that balance from the side. She really has that underline that swoops down as it gets back towards her flank, and really wide base going away, and you put that on that exquisite front end that she has. And I mean, this is a real eye-catching sheep. She's just as solid as 3 or 4 or 5 of the other ones in here that I'm offering, at least. And so
Perfect. Well, we all know Dorpers are well noted for their docility, so we work a handful of those. The white ones are a touch better. I think Dad would agree on that. Here's a ewe on this next one, Norman, this 1841 ewe, and you got to like that yucca lily stuff back in there, and bred to the fat head ram as well. But you said a ewe that needs a little kinder place to live than out here.
Well, you know what, if I didn't like her so damn much, I'd just make her tough it here. But that ewe's been so good to us, and she looks just as good right now as when she was 3 years old. But because we've just come out of 3 years of drought, when you open her mouth, her front 2 teeth are worn pretty short from having to bite, and all that grass having that sand and grit on it, it wears her teeth out. Well, she needs, when you like one like that, they deserve to have a better place. Somebody that has a smaller place where she ain't gonna be on a section pasture and don't have to cover it to find something to eat. All they got to do is take her and use her, and they will be happy. I promise that.
Well, so this next ewe, this PJG 2343 ewe, she's out of that buck you sold at Hill Country. I think he's a record-selling white ram at that time, maybe still at 16,000. Ash Phillips used him to win really a stout, powered-up deal. And this one's a full-blood ewe with coyote back on the bottom side of her pedigree as well.
yeah, my friend Andrew Cuellar and their family bought this ewe's sire, and Andrew didn't get a lot of progeny out of that ram before he died, but he did get a stud buck out of him. So, but this is a ewe out of that ram, and she has those traits of moderation and just fleshing ability that you can expect in a full-blood type of ewe. And if you haven't had any coyote in your bloodline, well, here's a chance to get a coyote daughter direct.
Norman, the 904 ewe here, man, you said she's just one that kind of just floats out there and has that elegant style and eye appeal. What's your thoughts on her bred to that fathead ram?
The picture tells it all. Look at the power in her skeleton. You look at her head, and she starts powerful there, and it goes all the way back through her. And she's just robust and easy doing and easy fleshing. And I think bred to him, that could be a power wagon. That's all I know.